Hey, how you doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to another morning coffee. I got some intro music here, man. Let's see what you think. Let me know what you think. We're bringing in, we're trying to mix it up a little bit here, man. But welcome to another morning coffee show. I decided just to go morning coffee. I think maybe I should kind of from now on just instead of Sunday morning coffee, which when I do one of these, it's usually on a Sunday morning. That's the time that I typically do have some free time to do this, but um, I thought I better just call it morning coffee because I have these rare occasions when I'm able to do it on a Saturday morning or on a Friday morning or just some other kind of random morning. So I thought I will just kind of start morning coffee. So today's morning coffee is Saturday, November 30th, 2019. And welcome, man. Hey, we have Coach on there already. Morning, Coach. So today's cup is from the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. When I went there, uh, good time, man. I am a NASCAR, not a super hardcore NASCAR fan, but I am a NASCAR fan, and they do have the NASCAR Hall of Fame there. So as you can see, we're going all black today, baby. And I'll be pairing these. I'll be pairing the coffee with some of these s'mores Oreos. I still have a few left over here. So be pairing those. As you know, coffee and cookies go together. So you may dunk whatever you may have. Coffee, some sort of biscuits, or they call them biscuits. Those, I don't know, hard. I don't know, whatever kind of cookie or donut you want to dunk it. It's socially acceptable to dunk something in your morning coffee if you want. You know what I'm saying? So, and with these like graham crackers, and this is like a graham cracker sort of Oreo, you can have a look at it there. And it has a really thin little layer in there. You can see that white in there that mimics the marshmallow that would be in the s'mores. So, it actually goes really, really, really well when you dunk them in some coffee. Oh, and Malt Mustang says pour some malt liquor into that coffee. Yeah, we have never done, or I have never, I have never seen it done where you have, because I've done it myself. I feel like I'm the one that started the Oreo with beer pairing thing years ago. That was a super random thing. Um, Now it is kind of a thing. There's some I see local breweries here that do Oreo and beer pairings. I ain't saying that I. All I know is I was the first one that I know of that did it, and it was ridiculous, but I did it. Malt liquor? I don't know, man. It was rough enough with different craft beer, let alone um, with with malt liquor, but uh, with morning coffee, it's all good. Mm. You know what? I also just noticed. I'm left-handed, right? I'm left-handed, and I drink with my right hand. It's weird. I drink out of coffee when it has a handle like this. I'm just noticing I will drink with my right hand. I don't know why. If I were to have a coffee cup, well, like in a while, I'll switch up and I'll get my metal Rams cup, and I'll be drinking with my left hand most of the time. I kind of switch it a lot, I guess. It was kind of like that sock conversation that we had a while back where we were talking about Do you always put on your socks with that same foot? You know, do you put on your socks every morning, or when you put on socks, do you start with your left foot or do you start with your right foot? And do you put them on that same way every time? And when the question came up, I had to think about it, and I was like, I think I mix it up. And it's the same thing with the stupid coffee. I'm just noticing just now before I started the show, I was sipping my coffee and I'm going, because I'm looking at the label and I wanted to make sure I would be able to show you guys the label. And I was like, I think I drink with this. You know what I'm saying? So those sort of things, weird things come up. So it's kind of crazy how that happens. We have some comments in here. Let's put Coach on there. Good morning, buddy. Malt Mustang. Pour some malt liquor into that coffee. Later on today is the main Share Beer show, man. And I am not sure we're going to have an appearance from Mark. It's a markless show. So pretty much, I think he said he might be able to make a small appearance, but he has company from the Thanksgiving weekend. And so, he has parents in town. So pretty sure there's not going to be a Mark appearance on today's show, but that's 7 p.m. Eastern, folks. That is the main show. A lot of fun, man. We've been making that show now for 9 or 10 years, something like that. I think it's 10 years. So, that Oreo with coffee. You know what's hilarious is I do buy a lot of the flavored Oreos, the different flavors and all that. And I have to admit, I'm not a humongous Oreo fan. I just like getting the different flavors, and I typically take them to work. And oh, Joey says he's having McCafe on the go. I promise you, when I'm out and about, I like to do the same thing. I like to go to McDonald's and get their coffee. I like McDonald's coffee. Plus, it's $1. $1. How do you beat that? So I think it comes out to like $1.07 with tax here for me. So can't beat it. So boom, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then sometimes because of my rewards and how some of these things work on my certain credit cards I can put those rewards into Apple Pay. So I'm really getting coffee at certain times for free because McDonald's takes Apple Pay. And since I get the rewards and Apple points, boom, free coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a way to go around it, and it only happens so much and so often, but boom, I turn it into Apple Pay points, whatever in the hell it is, and then I go to McDonald's and I'm getting free coffee, free food, whatever you really want. I mean, that is such a good pairing, man. Awesome. We got Bum in here as well. Says, Coach. And Coach said, Bum. So, since we are into a morning coffee, let's have the coffee connoisseur pinky out conversation. So, whole bean or ground? Do you buy your coffee whole bean? Already roasted, of course. Well, I'm assuming already roasted. Some people might even be that hardcore where they're buying the raw bean and roasting it themselves and then grinding and brewing. So let's talk about how you like your coffee. Do you have a standard drip coffee maker? What kind of coffee maker do you have? Mine is a grind and brew. So mine will grind it and then brew it all in one, boop, 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 neat little package. So I've had my same coffee maker since 2004. So I've had it for a minute. And so wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Joey asked the question, has anyone tried a seasonal peppermint creamer? Blew my mind. I got something for you later, Joey. Yeah. Um, and then coach says, yeah, they are good, Joey. And we've got the monster. He says he's moderating the comments, but Bum warns me about those things. So a future show discussion for all us lefties: how you slice/eat your steak with your knife and fork. Yeah, we could have that. Let's save that one for the show. We'll save that one for the share beer. Bring that up again for me on the share beer, Bum. But if you go into the let me share the screen real quick before I go any farther. Let me share the screen. Oh, hold on. But I want whoops. I have to pause these now. I guess they were paused, weren't or were, or however that works. I don't know. But okay, there we go. Let me share the screen. I have it in a separate window, but I wanted to show you guys, Facebook, right? So this is what the show looks like on Facebook. So you can go in here and have it, give you an alert or whatever in the hell it is. You can set it up so that, boom, it'll let you know when I do post something like this, apparently. So any sort of thing that I do on the page, you can get an alert. Okay. And then the same thing in here as well. So there's the comments. You can go into the comments here, of course, guys. And here's a link. You can click that and then join in on the show. So you can see the conversation here. I generally have it so that you can even on the replay see the comments. I'm pretty sure if it does show up differently, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I do have it in there to where you can see the comments right away. So let me know if it is any different. But how come that one's not showing up in here? I gotta see. How come that one's not showing up in here, man? Oh, there they go. Okay, yeah, because that comment from Jay Vega. Oh, so it takes a second because I seen it. Well, you've probably seen it as well on the replay here. How Vega and Coach's comment. So it takes a few seconds, and then it shows up on my end here hosting the show. So that's good to know. It does take a second or two, but okay, just so you guys know, man, what it looks like. And you can go to my page, Jody Reviews page on YouTube, and on Facebook, and click so you can get notifications when I do post something on there. Okay, that way, and I do post a link in there. If you just scroll through there, you'll find a link where you can jump in live, and then I'll add you into the show. Okay, I just wanted to make sure to cover that real quick. And then you have Vegas says, "Shut up, Ned Flanders." Ned effing Flanders, man, that is great. Even Coach had to give it to Vega with that comment. He's Vega. Ned Flanders, that is great. He does look like Ned Flanders. Oh, that's a great Simpsons reference, man. That is awesome. Bum does kind of look like a Ned Flanders. Oh, that's hilarious, man. You know, I got I got flagged right away on that last show, the last share beer. It must have been from when what's his name? The chairman was playing that music. It's weird too because he's done that on other videos and we've never got flagged, but that one got flagged. So my next cup of coffee, I got something for Joey. I'll share that with Joey here. Well, I'll share it with everybody, but my next cup will be because I'm gonna get my metal cup. It's bigger. It you can't see the coffee, but it's bigger. It'll keep it warmer longer. Um, this is just to let you know. So right now, getting back to how you like to enjoy your coffee. Right now, I buy my coffee roasted, different levels of roasts, because I like a variety. Right now I'm down to one though. I need to buy more coffee, but right now I'm down to one, which is a medium roast, and it's hazelnut. So it's got, pieces I think of hazelnut in there, and so when I grind it, it's you're getting a real nice, smooth. There's a slight bitterness to there in this coffee, just slight, and it's getting a nice flavor of hazelnut in there, and it smells incredible as well. But I typically like a medium to dark roast, but I will buy lighter ones as well because there's it's just like with beer. There's your days when you just want a flipping Miller Lite, or you just want a regular Coors, or you know what I'm saying. We're not always drinking the most craftiest thing ever, but there's those days when you just want a nice light lager. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to, what am I tasting here? You don't want to worry about all these sorts of things. You just want to have a beer. Same thing with coffee. Sometimes you don't necessarily want to be tasting all these different things that you can get with coffee. You just want to have a damn cup of coffee, and you don't necessarily want it to be the darkest roast ever, you know what I'm saying, all that sort of thing. So uh, it's nice to have the lighter ones as well, but some people don't even want the hassle of grinding the coffee. They buy the coffee ground already, and the majority of people do, I think. And some people like to buy the big tub of Maxwell House, the different varieties that they have, just a big tub of Folgers. All those things are fine. I recently bought a big thing of Folgers and leave it at work because we have a coffee maker at work, a traditional 12-15 drip coffee maker at work. uh, no charge. And so, yeah, is there a no? Yeah, there's no charge on coffee too. Yeah. But uh, what you call it? So, I'm curious to know if how everybody likes theirs. So go ahead and leave in the comment there, man, how you like yours. Does anybody go as far as to cold brew their own coffee? Like, I don't know exactly how all that works, fresh press and all that sort of thing. Um, we can talk about how you maintain your coffee maker. Once a month, right? You should at least be running at least one pot of of water, just running through it. Some people might do it weekly, depending on how much you drink coffee. I typically drink coffee only on the weekends at home, but um, so I will run just one pot of water, one of my carafes of water, through my coffee maker and put it through the regular drip deal, and let that run through, and then yeah, I do dump that water, um, and then I'm good to go for making more coffee. And then probably once, and this is my own personal thing, right? And then probably once every other month, I'm running it with a little vinegar in there, just regular white vinegar, and running that through there. And then I'll run after, when I do that though, I'll run just another pot of water, just pure water through there after that to make sure all the vinegar gets out of there. And then I'm good to go again. And I personally do taste a difference. My coffee will taste a little better. It seems like it gets a little bitter the closer I get to that cleaning cycle. So how do you guys do it, man? What's your routine for, or maybe you don't do it. Maybe you're like, you know what? You could be that person that is like, you know what? I don't believe in cleaning it. I like all the flavors stay in there, damn it. You could be that guy. I don't know. You could be that person, you know? I do tend to do that. Now, some people really, and it gets back to beer and all these other sorts of things that we like to enjoy. Some people literally weigh out how much coffee they're putting into it. It's not enough to simply whatever scoop you may use. It may not be enough for some people to just use 3 scoops, and then 3 scoops in my filter, and then I'm okay. For some people, that's not enough. They like to put their filter on a scale and then put the coffee into that, and they put a certain weight that is good for them, and then that weight is what they put to brew their pot of coffee to ensure that particular batch of coffee is spot on every time they have it. They want to make sure that cup is as good as that last cup they had. And the argument there is that if you do use 3 scoops, okay, this is the argument for weighing it as opposed to just using 3 scoops or 5 scoops. I happen to put 7, believe it or not. I have a scoop and I use 7. I like to fill my I have a stainless steel mesh reusable filter, and I have that much coffee in that damn thing. I like to make sure you taste the coffee. In any case, the argument is that per different styles. So if let's say you're the one that buys ground coffee and you buy Folgers every time, it's whatever particular kind of coffee, and that's all you buy really. So using the scoops and kind of using your finger to level it out might be enough. That you're pretty much going to be pretty consistent every time you do it. But if you're the time that likes to have a lighter roast, a darker roast, a medium roast, and then you like to have different flavors here and there, and then you like to have different coffees from different parts of the country and all these sorts of things, world, I mean, there's a variant there. So just getting a scoop, it won't be consistently the same. So that's the argument. The only way to get consistency is to weigh it, and you weigh it, and then you'll have a consistent cup of coffee every time is the argument. That's for the hardcore. Your coffee geeks, man. Your coffee geeks. That is how they roll, man. Everything is measured. So they have your coffee geeks grind it separately. Your super coffee, would they be coffee files, right? Would we call them coffee files? The pinky out coffee crowd, they would weigh the coffee. They would grind it separately. They would have a separate water thing. What do you call those water things? And they heat up separately, and they make sure that it's a perfect 180 degrees every single time. And there's a particular way to pour the coffee, the water into the coffee to make sure. And there's a particular amount of time that you need to have that first sip to make sure that coffee is. All these things could be taken to the extreme. I am aware of these things. I don't do them. You know what I'm saying? I am aware, but I'm not that much of a coffee snob. My snobbery stops at the whole bean. I like to buy the whole roasted beans and grind it myself in my all-in-one grind and brew coffee maker that I've had for, I don't know, how long is that? 14 years. I'm not that hardcore. I do clean it once a month, but I'm not super, super geeky or religious about it. Uh, you can take it there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. Hey, we got Neri in here, man. King of Smoke on the wrong show. You could still be the king of smoke. You just have to have a lot of steam coming out of your coffee. But it's awesome to see him anyway, man. Let me see. Alexa, what time is it in Holland?
In the Netherlands, it's 4:41 p.m.
So it's almost 5 o'clock there. You know what that means, kids? Ding, ding, ding. It's almost time. We can almost legally have a beer because it's almost 5 o'clock where Neri's at. And Neri's in the house. So, as soon as the clock strikes 9, we could technically switch from coffee to an adult beverage here, Oh, which reminds me, does anybody now maybe you are putting a little extra something in your coffee in the morning since you may be off, it's Saturday, it's the weekend. Are you putting a little extra something, a little Kahlua in your coffee? Are you putting does some sort of dark liqueur in your coffee? I recently found out about hot cocktails. I've been checking out hot cocktails, different little cocktails to have. You guys tell me, man. Yeah, I'm really interested. You tell me. Does having a warm cocktail in the morning would that be a thing for you? Not even coffee. Let me tell you about a cocktail I've been checking out lately. A butter. Has anybody heard of a butter rum? A hot butter rum. I've never heard of this before. Apparently, it's an old cocktail, but I've never heard of it before. A hot butter rum. Anybody ever had a cocktail with butter in it? Literally butter. Wrap your head around that. I have not. Now, go on YouTube and type it in, and I promise you, it looks tasty. You've basically got 2 teaspoons of butter, which is actually like 2 pats of butter. If you know what a pat of butter, each pat is a teaspoon or tablespoon. Tablespoon, isn't it? Teaspoon. Anyway, basically 2 pats of butter, right? If you know what a pat of butter looks like. So you get 2 pats of salted butter in your glass, right? Brown sugar, cinnamon, and your favorite rum. 2 ounces of your favorite rum, and how many ounces of water? It might be the same amount of hot water. In the hot water, that could be whatever temperature you want it at. 110. 110 really wouldn't do it, right? I would think you would want it at least at 160, 150, maybe not quite 180, but 150 would get the point. You know what I'm saying? It would warm you up. You know what I'm saying? Then you get your favorite rum, spiced preferably. I would hope if you're gonna have rum, spiced rum. Don't mess around. Get some good Jamaican rum, some good Puerto Rican rum, whatever, right? Your favorite rum, and mix that all up till it's dissolved, and it looks good. I have not had it yet, but it looks phenomenal. I have not heard of a butter rum. Would you have a drink with butter in it? Because with that in mind, there are people that put butter in coffee. Now, I have heard of that. Have any of you guys heard of that? butter in your coffee. Some people have butter in coffee. It's a thing, man. I'm telling you, I'm aware of these things. I don't do them, but I'm aware. Oh, I like that comment. Coach just posted one here. I got to show that one. My buddy's wife just left him. She caught him drinking malt liquor. That's it. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a classy dude. It was in your Bumble profile. You were classy. And I caught you drinking malt liquor. I'm bouncing. Like, Joey says, I don't blame her, coach. I don't blame her either, man. You know? What the hell? Malt liquor. In any case, let me get back to some of these other earlier comments here. Um Okay, so coach had said cream and sugar was a must. He likes cream and sugar in his coffee. Yeah, we can talk about that part too, man. I I tend to like flavored coffees. That way I don't have to put cream and sugar in there. But yeah, I do like cream. Now, do you guys like what kind of cream? Some people like milk. Some people skim milk. Some people are whole milk. Some people are 2%, 1%, right? When you go like and to me, I always associate this part with the airport. The only time I go to like a Starbucks or something like that is when I'm at the airport. I'm at the airport. I had to go early, so early that I didn't even get a chance to have some coffee. So my first shot at getting coffee is at the airport, and the flipping terminal I fly out of here in Phoenix, the only damn thing they have right there is Starbucks. So it's the one time that I have to have Starbucks, and they have like 50 different creams out there, right? Cream equivalent milk. And then you've got the almond milks and all these different things that people prefer. I'm a standard creamer guy, flavored if they have it. Otherwise, just give me regular. And I think what we think of as cream is typically your 50-50, isn't it? Isn't it your half and half, 50-50, whatever they call it in your area? Isn't it like half? What is half and half? Half and half is what, half buttermilk and half heavy cream or something, isn't it? Isn't it a mixture of those two? Something like that. Um, yeah, that part I'm kind of losing. Now, some people do like buttermilk. Some people like buttermilk. Some people like whole milk. I've tried whole milk. Yeah, don't quite do it for me, but I could do it. I go to my local dairy here down the street. I'm fortunate enough to have a pinky out craft uh, dairy down the street, and I get my bottled milk. And I will buy, on occasion, a pint of heavy cream. And man, when you buy that fresh heavy cream, man, and you pour that in your coffee, oh God. Whew. Does anybody put salt in their coffee? I'm interested, man. There's all these different things that people do. I'm interested. I think it's interesting. But yeah, cream and sugar for sure. Splenda. What's the green one? The green one is darn it, I almost had it too. Truvia. Yeah, something like that, right? Oh, Joey has a non-coffee topic. Have you tried Sweet Baby Jesus chocolate peanut butter porter? If not, get it. We've talked about that beer on here a lot. I have not had it, but we've talked about it a lot on here. We have Neri in there, of course. Yo, sounds awesome, Joey. Yeah, I don't think Coach has had it either. Vinegar, then water to clean the pot. Yeah, that's so Joey puts just straight vinegar through his, and then water. and then that's how he cleans his pot. To me, that's a good way to do it. It's just for me, sometimes I can still smell the vinegar even after one pot of coffee. So you might water. So you might have to do two pots of water. In my case, if I have done it like that in the past. I just kind of like to dilute the vinegar, and that way it doesn't take as much water to cycle through for me to get the vinegar smell out. Uh, he says coffee. What? It's almost 5 o'clock here. It's 10 till 5 over there, man. So we're almost at that. It's 5 o'clock somewhere part. And when he's in the same room we're in, it's okay to have a beer if you want. What about a beer? Exactly. Hey, if it's 5 o'clock where you're at, man, have at it, pal. You know what I'm saying? Coach says hi, Neary, and he says hi, Coach. And beer time here in Holland, man. Yeah, of course. I had a Friday show, Neary. I had a Friday show yesterday. Okay, Joe, stop the coffee shizzle. Yeah, he says the coffee talk's making him fall asleep. He's giving the old fall to sleep emoji there, man. And we've got Aaron, man. Aaron is in there on Facebook. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, hey, good morning, Aaron. Good to hear from you, man. I like having people in there on Facebook. I think it's an important part that we're able to be on both live at the same time. Coach says, do it. Let's wreck this Saturday with an early brew. Coach is down, man. Coach is always down, bro. Yeah, whew. Man. Hey, you can't drink all day if you don't start early. I'm telling you right now, that's how it works. You cannot say you drink all day if you don't start early. And 8:52 in the morning would classify as early. Has anybody done that? That's a stupid question. I already know the answer to that. Typically, that's a camping sort of thing, isn't it? When you go camping, or if you've been fortunate enough to hang out at a beach. What else? College, in the service. Uh, there's these different environments that you might be in, or just a nice long weekend like now. Some people right now are probably waking up and their morning beverage is going to be the one that was laying next to them when they passed out last night. So it's, a morning warm cocktail like we were talking about, the butter rum, or some people could be having coffee, but just with a nice little shot of Kahlua in it or some other liqueur. Does Starbucks still make a coffee liqueur? And that Starbucks used to make a liqueur that I loved. It was really good. I don't know if they still do. I I'm pretty sure I even made a video about it years ago. You might have to go back in the archives to find that if you're interested. But I think I did because it was good and it was only like $20 a fifth. That's the one where Coach said his buddy left him. And then we have Tom in here. Hey, good morning, Tom. What up? And that's the wrong Tom. I think of Tom, but that's not. That's not. Oh, what is the chairman call Tom? Werewolf. Yeah, that's not the werewolf Tom. It's a different Tom. Joey says 50-50 creamer or French vanilla creamer. Yeah, I could do all of that. Yep. My grandma was a big buttermilk person. Um, my grandma was like, "Oh, Tom says I like to put salt with espresso grinds before I brew." Yeah, that. Thank you, Tom, because I knew that was a thing. Okay, so what? Put in the comments there. I'm gonna run and get another cup of coffee because this one, as you can see, is down. So we'll take a slight intermission, 2 and 2, like old God. How do I forget his name? Um, from that one dating show years ago. What was it? God, was it Chuck Willery or what? I don't. Oh, what was his name? The old two and two. Anyway, we'll be back. I gotta get another cup of coffee. I'm gonna bring my creamer, and I'll be having creamer in this cup. You won't be able to see it in the cup, but I'll show you the bottom. And so we'll be right back. Okay. Coach said, "Don't leave. I have separation anxiety." It wasn't long. It wasn't gone long, man. Coach is funny. And Joey tells him, "Hey, you're safe, Coach." Uh, in the comment section, right? Yeah, wait. You're safe in the comment section, Coach. And then yeah, laugh out loud. Thanks, bro. So here's my uh, cup, and you can see that there's plenty of creamer in this one, but I like to use this cup because, of course, it's Rams, and the Rams are the most important thing ever in the whole entire world. Please. Mm. But and the creamer that I have in there is a sugar-free version of the Peppermint Mocha, actually. So with zero sugar. The regular sugar one is better. Just every once in a while, when I do buy the flavored creamers, and I like the flavored creamers. Getting back to a while ago's point, I like the flavored creamers because I don't have to add sugar and all that. I can just put creamer. When I do that, I like to put the creamer in the cup and then pour the coffee. That way, I don't have to stir because I'm also lazy. Right? When I go to McDonald's and I tell them, "Hey, I want okay, large coffee, McDonald's. How do you order yours?" McDonald's, I order 4 creams, 2 Splenda. Boom. And I want it in the cup. That way they pour it, boom, mixes all up. I'm good, right? Sometimes when you walk in, they tell you, "Oh, well, we've got cream and sugar over there." I'm like, "That's very nice. Put mine in the cup, thank you." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "That's very nice of you. Yes, put mine in the cup. Thank you very much." You know what I'm saying? Why am I going to stand there and do all this when all you got to do? Because you see them, they have the little things that are full and it's always dry, and they just boop, 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 and that's it. You know what? You know, come on. I'm already lazy. I don't need you lazy. What are you doing? You can't go boop boop boop. Put the stupid cream in the Splenda in there. Give me a break. What are you doing here? What are we doing here? Mm. Ah, man. That- it's just so nice. I love just good hot coffee sometimes, I swear. Um, so we have Joey in there. Here's a question. Are you satisfied with 1 cup, or do you have to drink the entire pot? Well, I can answer that very easily. Yeah. Prior to even starting the show, I had a pot. So, and I'm still drinking coffee. I made another pot, and this is almost the last of that pot right here. So, yeah. My issue is that when I'm off, I can tend to drink a lot. Whatever it is. I can drink a lot of coffee. The caffeine don't necessarily, and I always drink caffeinated coffee. I don't drink non decaf. I don't unless I'm at your place and that's what you made. If I'm at your place, you invited me over and you're like, hey, let's have some coffee, and that's what you made, I'll drink it. I'm not gonna kick it out. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I would kick out is if I was at your place and you're like, hey, let's have a beer, and you were like, malt liquor. I'd be like, oh snap, can I have water? Because it's the same thing. Can I just have water? I don't put that in my body. I don't put anyway. Um, but yeah, the caffeine just don't seem to really. I have to really. There's been situations where I've drank just back to back to back pots of coffee, probably 4 or 5, literally, not even joking. And and in those situations, yeah, there were some times I felt like a little like dizzy or something. That's sad, isn't it? But yeah, when I used to drive over the road, there was times when you had to sit around and wait on your next load. So you're waiting, you're calling your dispatcher just like crazy. And back in the day, they had phones in the truck stop at the table. And so, one of the things was, you'd meet up with another driver. They're doing the same thing, and hey, let me pour a cup of coffee on you. And that was the way of saying, let me buy you a cup of coffee. And it was another way of really saying, reading between the lines, like let's have a conversation, really. And so you sit there and you just start talking and talking and talking. And before you know it, the waitress is coming, I got to make another pot, because you're just between you and another person, you're just crushing the coffee. And then they make another pot, and before you know it, I got to make another pot. You know what I'm saying? So she's pouring you both cups of coffee, and then she's like, I got to make another pot after this pot, and then before you know it, you run into the head at the coffee shop just like you are in a bar. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I have done that to the point where there's times when you're like, all right, yeah, I got to stop because I'm feeling some stuff. And then, you're like, yeah. And then you're like, oof, oof, oof. So I have had those moments, man. So, yeah, I can tend to drink a lot, no matter what it is. I can drink a lot of beer. I can drink a lot of yeah, I can just drink a lot. If I'm drinking coffee, I'll drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not always. When I'm working, I don't, and that's why. Actually, when I'm working, one of my things is every morning, every week, I have 2 lemons I buy. Okay, and then I juice those lemons into a little container. So I always have fresh lemon juice. And I take 4 teaspoons of lemon juice and I put it in this same cup. And then I get to work and we have a water machine. And so I use the hot water out of there. I fill the rest of that up and I have hot lemon water every day just to cut back on the amount of coffee I drink. But yeah, good question, man. Yeah, because if you make a pot of coffee, I can't have like one of those 1 cup deals. Uh, there's people close to me that have them, so when I go to their house, what's cool about those is you have all those little individual cup deals, and you put the cup in the thing, and it makes it fairly quick. And it's kind of cool to have all the different flavors. I admit that, but oh dear God, if it's first thing in the morning, I'm that first cup is like a sip and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So I have big coffee cups like this because that first cup, oh, it's like the first beer, man. They could pour you a 22, 24-ounce beer when you first get off work. You sit at the bar and you're like, give me a beer, B. You know what I'm saying? And then you sit there and you might as well bring another one, man, because I was thirsty. You know what I'm saying? And they bring that second one, and you're like, It ain't really to that third beer where you're like, okay, all right, then you can kind of work on that one a little bit, milk that one a little bit. But man, those first couple are like, you know, just I don't care how big they serve them. You're like, yeah, you might as well bring another one. I'm telling you right now. But yeah, so those Keurig machines get really frustrating for someone like myself because I can that first. What are you talking? Like a 12-ounce cup? Give me a break with that thing, man. It's like I need another. So a pot. I need a pot. That way I can just I pour that first cup and then you make another one. It ain't really that pot's over that you kind of start waking up a little bit, right? You're a little conscious. You're like, okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. Now you can talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, good question, man. How are you, man? Let's see. I usually ask for cream and sugar, and they dump a handful of both in my bag. Yeah, yeah. I don't. They used to do that until my attitude changed. They would, because I do tend to have to walk in, and so I walk in, and especially when you walk in, if you go through the drive-through, they'll put it in your cup. But yeah, I'm like, no, in the cup, thank you. You know what I mean? They try to give you all kinds of yeah, no, That's good. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you do that. But and then you can always. The trick is you can. I feel like there's someone here. It's just me, but you hear noises and you're like, what the hell was that? Um, they try to trick you, but the one trick you can use back at them, right? Because this is a big thing, right? You want to be green and all this stuff. And you're like, look, I'm trying not to be wasteful. And so if I were to open up how much trash does that make it? If every customer had to come through and open up all these little cups of creamer and all these little packets of how much more waste is that? When all you got to do is hit the damn button up there and it'll go on my cup. So how about you put it in my damn cup? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. I will talk you into it until you finally just succumb to it and just like, okay, screw it, sir. Thank you. I'll do it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't doing it. Not when you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I am. I'm not an ass, but I'm gonna get my way. I mean, it's stupid. It's to me, it's just stupid. Like why? If you have the ability to put it in my cup, if I was in the drive-through, you put it in the cup. Don't tell me you're gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, 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 no. Just like there's some McDonald's, I go and I take this same cup and I'm like, I just hand it to them because I'm like, it's wasteful. Now some of them I get it and they're like, well, we can't necessarily do that, and it's a blah blah. Okay, fine. All right, go ahead. And then I stand there when they hand me the cup. I don't know. Don't put the lid on it. And I hold it up to be an ass. In this case, I'm being an ass. I'm smiling, but I'm like, I'm being a D, right? And so I'm like, here, throw that away for me. Thank you very much. How wasteful is that? You know what I'm saying? Give me a break. I just told you what I needed done. You know what I'm saying? Why waste the stupid cup over it? Some of the McDonald's that I go to, they'll finally just do it in my cup because I literally will tell them, stand right there. Here, throw that for me. Bye. You know what I'm saying? So once I go in there a few times and they're like, oh, okay, Joe, here you go, man. Yeah, because it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't. But some of them I get it because they're just the one girl that McDonald's that I go to. I don't go to that particular McDonald's all the time, but she comes to mind right away, and she's like, because I'm usually going, when I do go, I'll have my name on my uniform, right? So, and she's like, Joe, I just got this job, and okay, sweetheart, just pour it in your cup, and I'll put it in my cup, whatever. So when I do go to and I see her when she's working, I know that she's gonna put it in, and I have to waste the cup. But to me, that part's even stupid too. But you can get them on that part, and they'll at least in my experience. Yeah, dump a handful in the bag. It's ridiculous. It is. I think it's crazy. So anyway, since Neri's at least watching, the 20th of December and the 27th of December, pal, we're going to do another Friday show. Both those Fridays, expect a show. So we can, and at the usual time. I think what. So let's see. It's God. I suck at this. So it's 5 o'clock there. So it's you're 8 hours ahead. So if we did a show at 10, let's see. Well, 9 is 5. So if we did a show at 10, it'd be 6. If we did a show at 11, it'd be 7. So maybe we'll do it at 10 instead. That way it's 5 o'clock. So whatever you prefer. We can start it at 5 my time, or no, I'm sorry, at 10 a.m. my time, or we can start it at 11 a.m. my time, and then it would be either 5 or 6 in the afternoon for you. It's 5 or 6 p.m. for you. So 1700 or 1800, just depends. You let me know, Neri, and we'll do it at that time if you think you can show up. If you want to show up, I'd love to have you back on. That'd be great. That's one of the motivations for doing that. Um, but that'd be awesome. Yeah, to have Neri back on. Let's see. Oh, so real quick, I wanted to show this because I kind of, it's the day after. We're post um we're post Black Friday at this point, right? But it's still all the way through till Monday is Black Friday really. So this piece was posted just a few hours ago. So I wanted to share the screen and talk about possibly Black Friday deals that you can still find, right? The only cyber weekend deals, and this is from usatoday.com, that are actually worth your money. So you can still find some of these deals. Our favorite deals right now: Apple AirPods with charging case, $139 at Amazon. iRobot, the vacuum. Anybody turned on by these vacuums? Maybe you currently have one of these robot vacuums. $400 at Amazon. You can save, according to them, you can save $250. It's pretty good savings. Wireless headphones, Sony wireless headphones at Amazon. An Instapot. Does anybody have an Instapot pressure cooker? $49. That seems like a good price on Amazon. Sonus Beam, $300. Ancestry DNA. Anybody interested in these DNA kits? Has anybody done that? Kind of freaks me out, tell you the truth. And I was all down not to ever do it ever. And then my mama did it. If your mom does this, one of your parents do this, you might as well have done it. I mean, you're screwed at that point, right? If your mom did it, that's your DNA. Right? That's the source of you, is your mama. So if your mama or your daddy did it, or both of them did it, you're all in at that point, because that's you. Right? So yeah, there's one whole half of me that's already in there now. I'm still down for never doing it, but I already did. My mom's in it. Um, but I have to admit, it was kind of interesting to find out. She's a little more Italian than she thought, which is bizarre. Uh, it's bizarre to be more than when you think you're 50% something, right? You're half this and you're half that because you got one parent that's this and one parent that's the other. And then she gets this thing done. Let me talk about this for a second because this is kind of funny to me. She gets this thing done. She thinks she's half Italian, which would make me a quarter Italian, right? She finds out she's 61% Italian. How does that work? So if she's 61% and I'm half of that, I'm actually a third Italian? How does that work? I'm 30% Italian. I thought I was 25% possibly, right? I mean, you think, okay, maybe I could be a little less Italian. It turns out I'm actually a third Italian. Figure that one out, right? The Italian genes are a little stronger than we thought, so that's kind of hilarious. But yeah, that's how that works. So, and 49 bucks to get your ancestry done if you want. A Ring doorbell 2, 129. An Echo Show 5, 50 bucks. A Google Nest Learning thermostat, third generation, 139. Then you got a bunch of tech deals in here. You can look through the list as I scroll through, but there's a ton of them. Um, so there's still a lot of one of the bigger deals that I think is kind of cool. This one isn't as good. The Apple Watch Series 3, the 38 millimeter, and then you have the 42 millimeter. So you have 189 and 217 respectively at both at Best Buy. You have the Series 4, so not huge savings, but not like the ones that were available at Walmart. Walmart had them deep discounted yesterday. And from what I'm hearing, those went really fast. So you have Fitbits, a lot of different stuff still in here, man. I'm barely getting to the P's. They have this thing in alphabetical order here. Different phones, it looks like, headphones, phones, lots of electronics. Chromebooks. Um, has anybody had an opportunity to use a Chromebook? Some of those Chromebooks are really nice. I've purchased Chromebooks for other people, and uh, man, I mean they feel and run just like a computer, a regular computer. It's kind of cool. And the thing of it is they're super cheap, super affordable. In other words, so here's some regular laptops, some Amazon devices. So plenty of stuff out there. And then in the TV department, you still got some nice sales happening. Not as good as just even yesterday or Wednesday. It seemed like Wednesday was really Wednesday night was Wednesday night, and then Thanksgiving more. No, that. No, yeah. I'm sorry. Thursday night, and then into Friday morning were like some of the big, deep discounts on TVs. But you can still find some decent deals on TVs, as you see here. And then as a record guy, as a person that buys vinyl records, that's one thing that is on sale like crazy. You can still get. Um, if anybody's interested, there's a lot of records on Amazon and on Walmart.com for 15 bucks or less per record. Some of the records that I have in my cart right now are $7 and $8. So pretty good deals, deep discounts on records if you're interested. So a lot of stuff still out there, as you can tell from scrolling through this list. So a lot of stuff still out there if you're into wanting to get a good deal on something and you want to take advantage of this time of year. Do some Christmas shopping. You thought, well, you know what? Screw it. I ain't getting out there. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of blog posts this morning on how, everything was really died down. I have one of my daughters is really into it, and she got out there and she said, man, there was a lot of getting what you wanted. It was available at the store. You could get it and go right to the register. There was next to no lines at all. A lot of people were buying stuff online and then picking it up. So there was a lot of that happening as well. Let me see. Coach says wireless headphones are always useful when traveling. Yeah. And Coach has been traveling some, so he knows that it's a big time when I use my wireless earbuds. Is I have the AirPods as well, so I have the original AirPods. It's nice to have them. They look a little ridiculous, but it's nice to have them. I use them, if I'm going to the grocery store, anytime I leave the house and I still want to hear some music. They do look a little ridiculous. And I don't use them enough to buy the AirPods Pro. Um, are the AirPods super great? I call them good enough. You know what I'm saying? And they work, and they're great that way. And I carry them with me as a backup. So I always have them with me. So I just wanted to cover that with you guys. And let me see. There were some other things in here. Oh, here's another one, and we could talk about this because this is a very personal thing. So this will be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting because when I bring this up, and we've brought this up before in the past, and this is kind of cool to bring up. And that's why I'm really interested. Just basically on the headline here, and I think that kind of will cover it. I'll share the screen again, and the clock is ticking. I like the name of this piece. It's from Yahoo. News.yahoo.com. So you got the clock is ticking on those Thanksgiving leftovers. Here's how long before they go bad, right? So according to the CDC, there's a lifespan on how long you should keep your leftovers from Thanksgiving. And we could actually break it down and go over this, but some people just flat do not eat leftovers. And so I'm curious, just the question alone is, oh, Joey put some comments in there. I want to go over those as well. But I'm interested in just, how long in general do you keep leftovers? So Thursday just passed, right? How, for some people, this is it. Like, so for some people, they're not going to eat leftovers anyway. So if they were the one that hosted Thanksgiving, they're going to give it all out, right? Because it's just not something they do. Or certain parts of that big overall dinner they might keep. Some people, maybe the main meal part of it they don't keep, but pies, stuff like that, they're willing to keep. Um, I personally love leftovers. I am a big leftover person. That's how I was raised. So I don't get to this incredible shape from not loving some leftovers, man. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many. There ain't too much that I kick away. Kick away. Just malt liquor. You know what I'm saying? All of this is brought to you with no malt liquor involved. Believe it or not. So yeah, I eat leftovers. So that's the way it rolls for me. So, but I'd be interested to see how a lot of other people feel because I've run into a lot of people that still are fat and don't eat leftovers. I'm like, well, whatever you eat fresh, you damn sure like you ain't messing around. I've got leftovers right now from yesterday. One of the things I'll do is when I order like Uber Eats or something, I'll order a lot of it to make it worth it, and that way I don't have to order more Uber Eats. But I had Uber Eats delivery, and I got a couple of different meals for another reason. If you've ever got Uber Eats, it seems like the restaurants are getting really good at delivery, and they package everything pretty darn well. So there's certain meals that I can get from certain restaurants, and I'll order a couple meals, and then put the other one in the fridge. So right now I have a leftover meal from yesterday. I haven't touched it yet, but I ordered it with the intention on having something, and I didn't have to worry about it. I can just plop it in the microwave and warm it up. But for a lot of people, that's a leftover. They would never do that. That's just something they wouldn't do. It's not in their DNA to do that. They have to eat everything fresh, quote. So I'm kind of curious. If you're that type of person, does frozen food at the grocery store interest you? Would you ever have a quote TV meal? Would you have a frozen meal that you warm up in the microwave and eat it? Is that considered a leftover to you? I'd be interested in that. um, Let me. Oh yeah. Joey's posting a comment on that. Leftover Thanksgiving dinner tastes better than fresh Thanksgiving dinner. I am a similar way, man. I To me, there's uh there's certain people I know that are like that, and they're hardcore about it. They will not touch it again. So whatever was made, and they don't make much. They make small amounts of stuff, and so whatever was made, they're just not going to eat it after that. Um, and to me, like that part that is Italian, there are certain Italian dishes, there's certain Mexican dishes you make, and to me, they're better the next day. Salsa, salsa is good fresh. Salsa is one of those things. You make salsa. You like saying salsa. You just people like just saying salsa. It reminds me of Seinfeld. Anyway, salsa is one of those things too. Certain kinds of salsa that you make are better later, right? Salsa is just a typical, and I think a lot of people enjoy salsa, and that's one of those things that's better later. Pasta to me is better later. Um, there's different Mexican soups, menudo, pozole, all these things could be better the next day, right? They're like, oh yeah, the flavors really blended in there, and it's just I don't know, a little better the next day. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna have it both ways. I might have me a fresh bowl of pozole, and then I'm gonna try it. I have to have something to compare it to. You know what I'm saying? It's like beer. We buy a couple bottles of beer, we have one fresh, and then we age the next one a year or 2 years or 5 years, and then you have a reference for that, right? Um, but yeah, that's how that works. I personally think leftovers are just fine. Okay, so Thursday happened. So Thursday's when it was made. So what's the limit? Sunday? Is it today for you? Is you eat leftovers, but would today be the end for you? So today would be 2 days later. So like sometime tonight, would you have to eat everything by tonight? Would you have to eat everything by Sunday? 3 days. Is 3 days kind of a limit? I think 3 days for a lot of people is the limit. So past this weekend, Thanksgiving has got to be eaten or frozen. Some people will eat it frozen. They ain't got a problem with that. But to leave it fresh, I understand that. So is your limit 3 days? So once you hit Sunday, you're like, okay, we got to eat this, throw it out, or freeze it. Is that the limit? Um, or are you willing to go? Are you on a little more on the wild side? Would you go Monday? Would you go Tuesday? Or are you that type of person that comes up on next weekend and you're like, it still smells all right. Warm it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you leave stuff in there till you're like, it don't smell that bad? you, are you that cat? Is it that? Is it like that, or is it just a specific time? And then you're like, no, we gotta toss that. I'm not even gonna smell it. I gotta toss that. Is it how does it work for you? I'm really interested. I'm gonna get to Coach's comment real quick. Wireless headphones are always useful when traveling. Yes, absolutely. Okay, yeah, we talked about that one already, right? Da, 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 da. What do we have here? Oh, past comment. I don't know what happened there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't either. So somehow the comments are getting a little mixed up. Yeah, it seems like to me too. Um, and then Coach, right? I can only eat fresh food loaded with preservatives. Coach is really new record on Saturday morning coffee. Joe said salsa 14 times. Yeah, that's Joey says leftovers never last past 2 days in my house anyhow. Yeah, some people, leftovers would be nice if they lasted, but they ain't gonna last more than 2 days anyway. So especially a good meal. And that's what Coach said too. Good point, Joey. That's if you've got, let's say, anything more than 2 or 3 people in your house, leftovers. Leftovers would be great if you could actually keep anything in the fridge, especially a good meal like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's that one time. Um, and then Neri says, "Okay, beer time now." Did you get all that about the future Friday share beer shows? We're gonna have 2 more, Neri, so hopefully you can make it. But yeah, that's the way that rolls, right? You're like, oh man. And I remember those days trying to keep something in the house when you had tons of people in your house. Yeah, it might only be two. It could be just you and your partner. And ooh, having tapas here. Ooh, tapas. Yeah, tapas. Tapas sound good. I'm a little hungry too. I haven't ate breakfast yet, so um. But yeah, that's a good point too, because for some people, stuff just don't last, and you get a good meal like Thanksgiving, and you might only end up with corn. And you're like, what am I gonna do with this? You know, so you might only end up with the one thing, some green bean casserole or some crap like that left over, cranberry or some junk, that you really can't do anything with. Yeah, he says I'm gonna. Yeah, oh yeah, he says okay, yeah, heard about the Friday show, so. He says, "Yep, gonna be there." Good, good, good. So now, if it was only in YouTube, I could set that up, and then you could set an alert for that. The slacker here is the Facebook side, so the Facebook side only lets me set something up within 24 hours. So, if I want to be able to control it from StreamYard like I do now, um, I have to set it up from here. So as far as I know, I can't like have a show pre-set up in YouTube and then come to StreamYard and try to control that show. I don't know that I can do that. Maybe I can look into that because the main audience, of course, is coming from YouTube. So it would be nice to have YouTube people at least be able to, hey, set an alert for that show, and then they ain't got to worry about it. Um, I'll have to look into it. Maybe it is possible, but or maybe I can never say the guy's name. But one of the founders of StreamYard that happens to tune in every once in a while, maybe he sees this and says, "Yeah, that might be a good feature." I don't know. But in any case, let's start to work to get out of here. Ooh, yeah, I had another good question too, but I'll save that for tonight's show. Um, Oh, one other thing, you have the iPad, the 10.2-inch iPad, which is the one that I happen to use. I have it right now off camera here. It's the iPad that I use right here. I use it as my second screen actually. So it has all the sound effects on here, all those cool sound effects. So and then of course we have. That piece of shit. Special fuck you, shout out to Joe D. So, but I have that off camera here, but it acts as my second screen off of here. But for 250, you can get that on Amazon. If you're interested in an iPad, um, you can get a new iPad, the entry level iPad, which is what I have. Works fantastic. No problems with it. 250, excellent price. So there you go that way. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here, man. Look forward to seeing you guys. Oh wait, we got Neri jumping in here possibly. Let's see. I'll hold on a little bit here. Oh yeah, we got Neri jumping in. What's up, brother?
Hey,
How's it going, man? We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. I'm just testing the StreamYard thing. So
So you were able to click on the link and jump right in.
yeah, but it's a little bit funny because I'm working with I'm on my iPhone now.
Oh yeah, it's a
So
it's a little weird on the iPhone, I think.
on the iPhone, yeah, sure. It's a little bit funny because when I'm moving my iPhone, it's the camera's is doing funny things. So
Yeah, it doesn't. It like lags a little bit or something, right? It's like slow. It like you can see the yeah. So as long as it stays still, you're okay. But the minute you move it, you're getting some of that. What do they call that? It's a big thing with the TVs too, right? It's like
yeah,
I forget what they call
it's
that.
it's kind of a lag, but
Yeah. So I can put different backgrounds now. Neri, check this out, man. What do you think?
Oreo, Oreo is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's the peppermint Oreos with the same. That's the peppermint bark Oreos, which Joey was talking about earlier. So that's just a little nod to Joey there. Uh,
Okay.
hey, wait a
Oh
minute.
yeah.
We got Rich on there, man. You a big St. Louis Rams fan or what? Yeah,
Okay,
I am a Rams fan in general. Yeah, you can see. You've probably seen my blanket behind me. I'm a humongous Rams fan. Not only am I a big Rams fan, period. I'm a big guy. But I am a Rams fan now, back to being an LA Rams fan. And I will be at the game tomorrow. I'll be at the Rams game. The Rams are playing the Cardinals. I live in Phoenix, and the Rams are here, and they'll be playing tomorrow, and I'll be at the game. As you can see, got my Neri. The Rams are the most important American football team ever.
Okay. Okay. I keep it in mind now. So.
Yeah. I have diehard Steeler fans and diehard Cowboy fans that I work with, and I always put this glass in their face and I tell them, bro, the Rams are the most important thing in the universe ever. There's the Rams, and then there's God, and then maybe your mama. Because I told him, even God is a Rams fan. and God understands. God's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Even God's like, yeah, okay.
Wat drinkt hij? What are you drinking?
Coffee.
Coffee
Oh, coffee.
with Kahlua.
Okay.
With Kahlua.
With Kahlua. Yes. Oh.
No Kahlua, no alcohol yet, but it's still 9:30 in the morning here. So, yeah, I'm having coffee. Oh, there you are, beautiful. How you doing? Enjoying the wine?
She's doing fine. But she's drinking the wine now.
Yeah,
Yep.
French wine.
French wine.
Okay. Give me a wine tip, please, because now, let me tell you, this is what happened. A couple weeks ago, Neri, we had the Share Beer show. After the show, now I have a couple other females that are nothing's going on there, but they told me if you're going to have females in the house, you need to have some wine. So I was like, really? They said, yeah, you have to have wine and you have to have tequila. And they said women like wine and they like tequila. So I thought, okay, I can fix that. I'll get me some wine and I'll get me some tequila. Right?
Yeah.
Tequila was not a problem at all because I like some tequila too. You know what I'm saying? Because little secret is, when I am off camera and I start to drinking, I have beer. Every couple of beers, I gotta have a shot. That's the way that works. couple of beers, shot. You know? What's a better shooting spirit than tequila? Right?
Yeah.
That's the way that works. So the tequila
True.
was no problem. The problem was the wine. I don't know nothing about wine. I'm not a wine guy. So I go to the store. I find the nearest female in the store. Excuse me, beautiful, but do you mind helping me with wine selection here? You know what I'm saying? And so recommended a couple wines. Okay, good. I got my wines. I'm walking out the store, put them in the darn pantry, right? In the storage. And they sat, right? So a couple weeks ago, I finished the show. You fast forward 6 months. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? This wine's still sitting up there. I don't want it to go bad because, I ain't going to waste it. So, I drank and I was like, this stuff ain't too bad, you know? So I said, I need to replace this wine now because I crushed that one. That one was like a big ass bottle too. Right? So what kind of wine should I get now? Now that one was a white wine, a light wine. So what's a good beginner style of wine?
White Sauvignon Blanc.
White Sauvignon Blanc.
So I love this. I love this. Okay, because I can get, so Sauvignon Blanc, right? I can.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
This is great. Sauvignon Blanc. I can't do this, but it's a lot of fun to say. It's one of those things that's fun to say. The Sauvignon Blanc, right? You sound like you have a cold. You know what I'm saying? You have to say it like you have a. If you already have a cold, then you're good to go, right? You could pretty much speak French when you have a cold, right? When you're sick, because it's all like nasal. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like your nose is plugged anyway. So you're kind of good, right? When you French is like a fun thing to do, isn't it? Like it's like, oh yeah, give me some. And they're like, oh, okay, I know exactly what that is. That's fantastic, right? Yeah, so it's great.
But you definitely gotta have the Sauvignon Blanc.
For the ladies, right? The ladies prefer.
Yeah.
The ladies, man. Yes.
So that's so if I have a lady here, the odds that if she drinks wine, more than likely ladies like the wine, right? I thought that was a good recommendation. Because this lady's telling me, she's a friend, and so she's being friendly and giving me some tips. Because I like, if I want to get ladies, I like ladies to give me tips on getting their kind in here, right? So,
yeah.
I was like, okay, this seems like good advice, right? Like,
Yeah.
like if I don't think ladies have problems attracting dudes, right? They don't have this problem. It's not like there's not like, how do I get dudes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of beer should I have to get a dude? Like, women don't have these problems, right? What women have to like shoo dudes off. That's what women do, right? They play defense, we play offense, right? Neria, is that how it works? That's how it works, right?
You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
they play defense. They're really good at defense.
Especially at defense.
they're defense masters, right? They're all pros. They're all pros at defense.
Oh, pros, yes.
Hall of Famers, man. You get some women that are they're in the defensive Hall of Fame. Yeah. There's not a lot of offensive there's not a lot of offensive skills there. They don't need that skill set. They're too busy playing defense. That's a Seinfeld line anyway.
Seinfeld, yes.
That's a Seinfeld. You remember that I was taught that in Seinfeld actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking a lot about Seinfeld. I sometimes I watch Seinfeld, but it's not that popular here. But okay.
Elaine
Seinfeld is good. Seinfeld is good.
They had a similar conversation in Seinfeld, and then Elaine told him, I don't know, I play defense. She's like, women don't play offense. All they do is play defense. And I'm like, you know what? It's a TV show, but that's the truth. That's what they do. So,
Hey, but this StreamYard is great, man, because now I see at my iPhone that I can switch the audio on and off. I can switch the video on and off. I can flip the camera.
hmm
I can do all kinds of things, I think, but I'm not sure. So I leave the buttons for what it is, but it's great. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, now see a lot of it, and it's funny too because I'm going down the comments here, and Rich says the same thing. My wife says true. Yeah, it is absolutely. They're like
Yeah.
now, and this is what frustrates women is that sometimes you can sneak one by the goalie, right? You get your all pro goalies, right? And they're whap. They can block, whap. They're blocking this and that, man. They are good. They got skills. Whap. Oh, try to sneak. Yeah, whap. And then every once in a while, you got one by the line, man. And you're like, yeah, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got. Oh yeah, what do you got, man?
I have flipped the camera now.
Oh, Troubadour the Magma. Nice.
So it does work. Okay. Back. Okay. Okay, it's working.
So set the scene there. What you're having some nice quality time with the wife, having some adult beverages. You're having Troubadour. She's having some nice white wine, some Sauvignon Blanc.
At this moment, she's having the Sauvignon Blanc. I had the Troubadour, and now we're gonna get ready for the tapas. So,
ooh, what kind of tapas, man? What are you having?
We have all kinds of tapas. It's from little sausages to different kinds of cheese. What more? Some vegetables. Hummus.
Okay.
You know hummus?
No. Oh, hummus. Okay.
Hummus is good, man.
You like hummus?
Yeah, hummus is great because it depends if you have the right hummus, it's good. But there are lots of different hummus. But if you have the right one, it's difficult to get the right one. But and what do we have more? Some paprika.
Now, did you make all of this, or is it something you bought?
Yeah, both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of fun, man. Enjoying all these different tapas with your family there, man. Having it. That's good, man. Thank you for joining in on. I appreciate it, Neri.
Yeah, it's great, man, to see you again.
Yeah,
I see you're online already for 1 hour and 32 minutes.
Yeah, you know how these things work, man. We end up on here for quite a while when we jump on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. I will try to join. I don't promise it, but I try to join tonight. But
well, that's extremely late on your end. But yeah, no, if you can, that'd be great. Yeah, absolutely. You're always welcome. But the 20th and the 27th of December are when I do plan on doing Friday shows, which are at a more convenient time for you. So okay, so does 1700 or 1800 work better for you?
If it's a Friday show, it doesn't matter. So
okay, all right. So we'll possibly do it closer to the 1800 time frame then. So all right,
no problem for me because no, I'm already at home by then. So
okay. Yeah, well, that'd be good then, man, to get you in here. That'd be good. I mean, let me go over some. I love being able to put now. See, StreamYard now enables us to do this, so I can put the comments on the screen here.
Yeah, it's great.
You have to copy. So, Coach says you have to copy and paste to join on iPhone. When you were talking about on the iPhone.
Oh, okay.
And then Rich says, "Nice. I'm from Massachusetts. Guess who I'm cheering for tomorrow?" Yeah, the Patriots. The Patriots. Oh God, don't even get me started. The Patriots. So, Joey puts on here quote: "The Rams are the most important thing in the universe." Yeah, they are. That's the Jody quote right there. You can put that on a T-shirt. Jody quote. Yeah, I just. Oh my God, the Rams. I just absolutely. Oh, it'd be difficult. You know, like if I was married, you miss the wife's birthday for that stuff, man. Like the Rams are playing. I don't know what could I do? The Rams are playing. Like, duh. What are you talking about? It's your birthday. Give me that junk. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my problem. The Rams are playing. You know better than that. Like, that's how it works. I'm that bad, Neri. I'm bad. I have to see the Rams. And then Joey says, I think you meant to say Giants, right? Oh man, I love it. I love it, man, because there's diehard fans out there for whatever team it is. You know what I'm saying? And I am no different. I love the Rams. We talked about Rich's comment there where he said, my wife says true. Coach says, Neri, chug a beer for me, please.
Oh, come on.
That's going to make that laid back evening a little different, isn't it?
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah. And then Neri is good looking. Neri is a good looking SOB.
Of course.
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna have to help now with the tapas. So
yep, no
I
problem.
have to leave now.
Oh.
Oh, Arena's telling me I don't have to leave now because what? She's telling me she is taking care of it. So
nice.
Better.
Yeah, that's not bad right there. Yeah, that's good.
Better.
That's good. That's good. Hey, is her English getting better?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I can give you a little peek in the kitchen now if you want.
Sure. Yeah, we'll take a peek. Absolutely, man. Yeah, give us a little.
Let me see if this works.
Awesome. Oh yeah, check that out. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Oh yeah, you got some cucumber. And...
We got some cheese, but it's already
pre-sliced
chopped
stuff. Yeah, chopped up. Yep.
Oh. We also have two cats.
Oh, okay. What's the cat's name? Oh, look at that. What's the cat's name, man?
Jamie.
Janie and Toby.
The striped one is Toby.
The striped one's Toby.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like Mark's cat.
Oh, no.
And this is the wife.
No.
And that's the. Hey, does the wife is the wife? Does she have her shots? Is she spayed and neutered?
Yeah.
When I was married, Neri, I used to tell my wife regularly, just like the dog, I have papers on you. You know what I'm saying? You got your papers. I've got papers on you.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm horrible. I'm horrible, Neri. I'm telling you, I'm horrible. Yeah.
No, that's good.
I'm a bad influence, man. I swear, I'm just terrible.
Yeah.
I've got all the. Yeah. If I get upset at the kids, I tell the kids the same thing. I got papers on you guys. You know?
Okay.
Evan.
I got papers on you. I got papers on the dog. I got papers on the cat. I got papers on you. I could put all of yous on the market. There's websites, You know, just like the TV, I got a receipt. I can take it back and get a new one. It's an exchange
Oh,
policy.
no.
Oh man.
What's that like?
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm a horrible influence, man. I'm telling you. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's awful.
No,
You know what? I have
it's
to admit. I
it's
don't.
too it's too late now because yeah.
Nee.
Hey, did you have ever heard from Sadek or
Oh no, you know what? And Bum tried to reach out to him to see if we could get him on yesterday's show, and it didn't quite work out. So hopefully he was able to see the recording. And I put out there right away that we're having a Friday show next month, 2
I
Friday
saw it?
shows. So hopefully, some of the guys can show up that were into, and we had some females as well. So hopefully some people can show up that were into the Friday show. The Friday show was fun, you know.
Yeah.
And it's that time of year when I'm getting certain, I have to take a certain amount of time off. So, the probation and all that sort of thing. So, I'm just joking, but it's that time of year when I'm not a person that takes a lot of time off. So when the end of the year comes, it's one of those situations where I have to take it or lose it. And I ain't gonna lose it. I earned it. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
Yeah.
and then as we get older, and you've worked with your employer for a while, and I've worked with
Volgens mij is de
you
kans
get a
zo
certain amount of
groot.
time off, and so I'm getting a lot of time off next year. So starting next year, I'll be off even more. So it'll be pretty cool, man. Pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Okay.
oh, by the way, a big shout out to my mama. Speaking of my mama, um, I can say now that I know she's okay. But my mom's had some bad luck, and so she had a horrible fall, and she's in the hospital. She's been in the hospital now for weeks, and she had surgery, successful surgery. She had a bad enough fall where she broke her leg, broke her ankle in a couple places. So now
Oh.
now she's like the Terminator. She's like, you remember the Bionic Man, the Bionic Woman? Do you remember those shows? She's got
Yeah.
like actual hardware now in her leg, so she's kind of bionic, which is cool. You know, no more going through metal detectors for her. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, a big shout out to my mother for being tough, man, hanging in there. At 72, it's not easy, man. You have falls like that, it's pretty serious. So
Yeah.
so a big shout out to my mom. A lot of people know her from the chat room. She was a part of the show for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, big shout out to my mom. I love her. Talk to her several times a day, actually. I'm a humongous mama's boy. I like to crack and talk jokes and stuff. Tell jokes. Especially about my mom. But the truth is, I love my mom a lot, and she knows. That's where I get it from my mother. You know what I'm saying? So she knows, man. My mom can take a joke. Thank God. And whenever things start to go a little sideways, a little off the rail, if you will, she's just like, oh, okay, time for me to go. So that's how she handles it. So we have I want to get to Joey real quick. I hope to be watching the Share Beer show tonight, but I've been procrastinating too long. Later, gents. So yeah, hey, we'll see you, Joe. Coach said bye, Joey. And Coach said, I sincerely hope your mother a speedy recovery, Joe. Yeah, thank you, man. And yeah, Rich says, God bless mom. Yeah, when stuff happens to other people that you love, and I know Neri's a family guy. I'd rather it happen to me than to happen to my loved ones for sure. It's sheer torture. And I won't even tell you the other things because, quite frankly, I'm not. Some of the other things are extremely private, but it was a lot of stress I was going through this last month has been horrific. It truly horrific. But maybe in the future I'll tell you some of these things. But some of the things that have been happening are just extremely stressful, and they're still kind of happening. And so I don't want to talk about it just yet, but I will, because it's stuff that can be helpful to other people. And as long as it can be helpful to other people, I'll tell it. Just in time. But right now it's a little too soon, and things are still kind of evolving. But my mom's in a good place now. She's safe, and she's in a rehab facility and rehabilitation facility, meaning a place that is like physical therapy, that sort of thing. So the doctor don't even want her getting out of bed for 2 months. They've pretty serious injury at her age, you know what I'm saying? So I guess she's got really good spirits, man, for literally being bedridden for 2 months. They don't want her out of bed for 6 to 8 weeks.
Man, that's long.
That's a long time, honestly.
That's a long time, man.
It's a long time. Yeah, they want to make sure that the bones heal well, and all the screws, and they put screws and bracing in her leg, man. Like, it's crazy how much gear they put in there. But yeah, she had surgery Wednesday, so all my mom's if anybody that's ever met her, man, she is amazing, amazingly positive. My mom, she's incredible. She really is. My mom's incredible, man. She's a pretty neat lady. But in any case, I'm out of here, Neri. I'm gonna let you go to your family and enjoy your tapas. Wait, hold on. Nicole? What's the wife's name?
Irene.
Irene. Okay, Irene. And then
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, bye, whatever back there.
Okay.
But hey, bye to your family. Thank you, Neri, for jumping in. Appreciate it. Enjoy your tapas and enjoy that family time, man. Those are special, special moments, man. They're absolutely great to see you guys back here. Take care, guys. We'll see you, man. Peace out.
Okay, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And thank you to everyone else that was in the chat. Rich, Coach, Joey, everybody that was in the chat, man. Appreciate all you guys. Even those that jumped in from the Malt Liquor community. We had Tom in here. Aaron jumped in here, man. We had Vega even jumped in. The mod Strabayer jumped in. Bum even jumped in. That's right. I already forgot about Bum, but yeah. Glad to have everyone in here, man. And Coach says, yeah, see you later, buddy. So we'll see you tonight, man. 7 p.m. Eastern, if anybody wants to jump in on a show where we actually have some beers. And we tend to have about an hour and a half show. I try to keep that show to about an hour and a half. Sometimes there's an after show. So, but you guys take care, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy your football tomorrow and today. Today is a big college football day. A lot of big moves happening today in college football. So take care, man. Peace.